and welcome to the Surefire Fantasy Podcast with your host, Will Schumann, Mike Lovett, and your special guest, myself, Logan Turpin.
Good job.
Hey everybody. Hey,
What's going on over there?
oh no, I'm good. How you guys doing?
Hey, doing
Yeah.
well. I heard we
Doing
have
good.
a special podcast, and it's not because I'm on here again.
It is a special podcast because you're on here again.
It is always special.
It's always special when you're here.
Thank you, guys.
No, we didn't mean it.
I know it. Not from you.
No, we didn't. But we have a special guy on today.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, you too. And Kyler guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a little
We don't want to
controversy
spoil
over
it. Someone's on the show.
Someone's on. Someone's on, and he's doing pretty good.
Hey, yeah, he's doing pretty
He's-
good.
Doing really well.
Zach Mutton.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of positive vibes towards Zach today.
Yeah.
So
Everyone seemed to like
I'm
Zach
looking
this week,
forward to it, so.
especially us. I mean, it's a whole group of just people that everyone loves. Logan, me, Zach. It's a big group of love.
It's a big group.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, welcome to week 4, I guess. You know, normally you watch podcast shows. It's week 4 when you're watching at this point, but ours is more recappy, I would say.
It's not though, because
So it's
we
week 3.
project. We talk about
Very little, but our see, I feel like our main point is the rankings post week 3.
going into week 4.
Good point. Week 4, Surefire Fantasy Football. One of these years I will remember. I'll get that right. Anyways, Zach, if you may have noticed, Zach is not on the podcast. He was the loser in the chip bet. So, unfortunately, we have no chip bet person technically that
But-
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
We
do have
made
a
a
chip
promise.
bet person.
We made a promise.
we made some ridiculous trades this week. So.
And so the thing is I traded the person who I traded to the person who I bet on who did win.
Yeah, a little
So
controversy.
I've humbly agreed with my soul, my blessed soul that God gifted me with, to eat this chip for you all from the goodness of my heart because I'm such a good person.
He has no milk, no water, nothing prepared. He has a Truly.
Just that truly.
So
They're making a big deal about it. I'm thinking it's not going to be a big deal.
The bottom of the box at least says this chip will destroy you.
I'll be fine. Okay, now let's not. We don't.
It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna do it during the rankings.
I'm
Is when
gonna-
we're gonna do
yeah,
it, and
I'll-
Will's gonna present the rankings as we go, and
I'm
we'll see how
gonna
we go.
be in. I'm gonna be in for
Yeah, we'll
that.
try it, yeah.
They're
It'll
gonna
be
do
very
more of
interesting.
that. Yeah.
So it
You're gonna
might
be
just
done.
be me and Mike.
I'm
towards the end of
suddenly
this.
slightly more afraid than I was, but I'm still okay.
You'll
I'm
be
good.
fine.
I'm good because I'm excited to be honest. I
But-
don't think I'll be phased.
We'll see.
Well, we're
Well,
gonna find out very
But,
shortly.
you know your controversy with week 3 or week 4. We do have to get into week 3 results. Here,
Okay,
so,
let's do that.
yeah,
Let's do
yeah.
that. Let's do that. Week 3 results, everybody. I lost.
And it's presented by Logan Turpin this week. So go
Thank
ahead
you.
and- yep.
Guest.
Go after it, man.
Thank you. All
Good
right. So for the first results that we have for week 3 is Monthly Crew scoring a whopping 84 points versus the Kylers. The cold-blooded Kylers.
You see what I'm saying? Enough
I
of a plate,
see
everybody.
Kylers here. It's just
See?
versus the
Well,
cold-blooded Kylers with scoring 122 points.
It doesn't
So-
work.
It's natural born Kylers. I had to look
Oh,
at it
is it
too.
natural
Yeah.
born
See, it does not work.
Cold-blooded
It does not
Kylers
work.
is good. too,
Cold-blooded
though.
Kyler, yeah. All right, but that's Kevin. So Kevin did end up winning this. I think he did get a little bit lucky.
CMC went down.
Yeah, he feasted on Zach twice this week with the
And he
trade.
got him.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh.
Talk
Talk about the moves. Talk about
Rub it
some
in your
moves.
face.
yeah. All right, and then the second one we have here is between these two actually. So we have Monaco Man scoring 114 points,
Good
You know,
week though.
yeah,
it was
that-
a good week.
Thank you, guys.
but
So kind.
it wasn't good enough to beat the
I'm
Money
close.
Man with 134.
You know who looked pretty good? CEH.
Yeah.
100 yards and a
okay,
touchdown.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That sucked, especially after I brought up in the podcast about after in the group chat after he
Yeah, you
fumbled.
said a crying
Yeah,
face.
crying,
CEH.
laughing
He
face.
sucked, and then all of a sudden he was
100
good.
yards, man.
I don't know what happened there.
That's what happens when you have an elite offense your running back's gonna get touches.
I know, that's
no
what I
what.
said when I
And he's
drafted
gonna
him. I'm
produce from
wrong.
time to time.
You're wrong. He's crap. You said you cussed already? He's shit. He's bad. He's absolute crap. I drafted him not in the first round. Don't look at that.
Second round was a little early.
Second
I
round.
still
Exactly. Too early.
Yeah.
Stupid pick.
We do actually have some information from Zach that he wanted us to bring up of those trades
I forgot about it.
that
I
you
don't care
had
about
this week.
I don't care about this.
Well, everyone else will, I'm sure.
So if you didn't make the Devontae Smith and CEH trade, you would have won this week.
Well, the other trade I made.
and the Gibson one.
Devontae Smith CEH trade.
Yep.
The CEH and
Well, the Gibson.
The Gibson first.
I made 3 trades. Is he counting all 3 trades in this?
No, he's just counting the.
Well, no.
He wanted us to bring it up.
No.
So
Ah.
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but it's the definition of tilt trading, is what.
Oh, you mean the guy who traded Christian McCaffrey for a guy who hasn't scored more than 11 points this year? That guy?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I
All
don't know.
right,
I
cool.
don't know.
Thank you, Zach.
Well,
Yeah.
Hey,
They might
we're
be,
sad you're
so I'm
not.
gonna
We're
leave this
sad you're
here.
not on, Zach. But I mean, come on, come on,
we'll let you guys figure that out.
come on,
Is that from How I Met Your Mother?
come on.
Come on. Yeah, it is.
All right. No. Oh, in my defense, by the way,
You have Mike Williams. I mean,
Yeah, Mike Williams is a stud, man.
fuck, I lost. I was never gonna win that. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
It was a fun week.
it was a very fun week.
20 from your D.
I'm happy with my team.
Yeah, I mean, 114 points is nothing to mess around about.
I'm happy.
It did beat one of the people in the next matchup here, though, that we do have with Full Chubb scoring 109 points.
Last week's guess.
Yep. Versus Bradley Lovett, Beer Bongs.
Beer bongs and Bentleys.
Beer Bongs and Bentleys. Yeah.
Original.
We need to get him on.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And he scored 123 points. So, once again, Brad, the house or the LT Sportsbook would like to say sorry for putting you as
No, not sorry.
I am going to say here, I'm going to say sorry for putting you as the underdog here. You have won your money from us, though, so I think
He's cleaning us out.
yeah, he
so.
is
Did
cleaning
you guys
house.
win money or lose money last week?
I think we won.
Did you? Nice.
Thankfully.
Let's go.
We'll have to go to the book and see.
Yeah,
we had a
we're
lot
not
of bets, so we had to calculate it.
Yeah.
We didn't have our 4:30.
We'll talk
meeting.
more about this week's upcoming odds, but
Yep.
that's later.
All right, and then the next matchup we have here is myself with Team 1 versus Happy Endings, or Watson's Happy Endings with Coleman. What do you guys think about the new team name?
Team 1, Will was concerned you quit the league.
I was seriously concerned because I know this man. I know this man can sometimes be like, "All right, I'm actually done," and just leave. And I was like, "Please tell me he didn't just do that," because nobody wants Cole or nobody wants Logan. These N names that are always on the podcast are throwing me off.
N.
Nobody wants they end in N's. There's so many. Hey, think about how many there are.
Robin, Kevin,
Mike, Will,
Zach.
yeah, no, Robin, Coleman, Jordan, Logan,
Brad.
Dolphin.
Dalton, and a lot of them been on the podcast. Anyways,
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, Robin, Kevin,
We need to
yeah,
get
whatever. I
Dalton-
think
we
it's
need
like
to get
6
Dalton
people.
and Jordan
I
on,
think 6
too.
people are, and it
Yeah.
ends. This is stupid. Anyways, yeah,
Yeah, but I'm about to say, hats off to Coleman here. He did put up a good week.
Had some good trades
thank
this
you
week.
for
And
helping me
yes,
win the bet,
man.
Coleman. Now that I won the bet, I'm gonna eat the chip
It's just,
Because
Is
you
this the
did
chip
so
time?
well, Coleman.
because I gave you players that you didn't even need.
all right, well, before you
I
get to
wouldn't
that.
No, not
don't
right
dig
now,
in
not
quite
right
yet.
now.
Okay.
And
You're
our
looking
last-
pretty hungry for that one.
No, I was
hungry.
curious, reading it a little bit. Oh,
So,
man.
for our last one here, we have
Bill
Dalton.
Patrick yourself.
yeah, versus the Team Dream of Jordan with 113 points. Jordan came out on top in this one.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Belichick was labeled on both those. Yeah, it was a big week for Jordan.
Jordan here, yeah. I mean,
He won me a Qdoba burrito,
yeah.
which sparked the controversy. Chipotle,
I had
so thank
Chipotle
you.
tonight, and I would have to say that I would have to agree with Robin that Chipotle is fresher, but
We need to blind test it
Yeah.
or taste.
one of these days. All right, so that is the matchups. While
Getting that
Will's
ready over there.
yeah, while Will's
Oh, what is this now?
This is waivers.
Wait,
So you
guys-
have two more
we got
segments.
two more
You
segments.
guys, I'm suddenly actually weirdly nervous, and I wasn't.
So,
Like,
yeah, let's get into waivers. So we had
I think the big one we want to talk about. We're going to talk about what our guest.
I didn't realize Robin spent $31 on Zach Moss. What do you think of that?
I think it's right now it's a good pickup. I mean,
I love Zach Moss.
yeah, the team looks good. The Bills have an offense that I think just going to blow out teams, and they're going to need to run the ball. And Zach Moss has been running pretty hard lately.
Yeah, it's a good pickup, and you got to use your money, right?
Exactly,
So
right,
You can't
yeah.
be too conservative with it. And then Stafford for $16. Robin spent some money this week.
He
which
was.
I don't mind the pickup, actually. I like Stafford a lot. I think Zach should have done that.
I think Zach should have done it too.
I don't know
Good-
about
great
Daniel
pickup
Jones,
for Robin.
but I like the pickup of Stafford. I
then-
spent $12 on Titans defense, which I don't know. Do you guys?
Give us your thinking about
I think
that.
Titans defense very, very good, but I think Bengals were the one to have.
So the
saw
way I
2
looked
weeks,
at it,
right?
I'm getting them for 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
they play
Oh, I see.
Jacksonville and the Jets. So I spent
Okay.
$6 for each week.
Okay, that's
So-
good. I like that then.
So these are the minor ones.
If you have a team like yours, then you spend the money to make sure you get a defense like Robin did last week. And I like that. I do.
That's why I did it. So 6 and 6.
Normally, I would say, like, if you're just telling me that generally, I'd say straight up, you spent that much on a defense, that's crazy, but I think you made the right.
I'm almost like playing with you two for the last 4 years or so. It's like whenever I go against you or anybody goes against you, you always have one of the best defenses. I mean, that is the biggest part.
That's-
Like one of the biggest part of your teams.
Last
I
week
always
against
try-
Mike was the best my defense has done in my
know.
entire lifetime
And
in any league.
And it made it close.
I know, that helped me
Exactly.
so much.
Yeah,
My defense never, ever, ever does anything. That was very nice. I was
Yeah,
enjoying
it's such
that.
a boost for your team.
It really
so,
is.
Not to give away.
I'm just reading this now, and there's 5 rounds to this chip.
Yeah, let's go through those 5 rounds.
And round
actually.
no, let's just go straight to round 3. Just round 3 of 5 is vision disruption. What the frick does that mean?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Yeah, you're about to do firsthand here.
This
Let's see what it
we're now moving on to the rankings part.
Oh, we didn't
of-
do Chuba.
Oh, this
yes.
chip will destroy you.
Yeah.
Yes.
$70 on Chuba by Kevin. We talked about it a little bit in the interview, but he used all his fab. I think we all agree that it's something he needed to do. Would you say that?
You know, I got crap in my other league for I'm the CMC owner in that league for picking him up for $42. So I would have spent 100 in that league.
I think you got
Yeah,
to
no,
for
you-
CMC.
You
guys.
have
If you're-
CMC, you get him.
Yeah, if you own CMC, you got to go in and get a man. You know, you're not going to drop him either. Like he's part of your team now, so I mean, you're not spending $70 for just a week or two.
Also, I know he's not on IR, but I'm not convinced that's not like something he just comes back from.
Yeah,
That could
it
be a
is
problem.
scary. So Kevin had to do it, and he actually talks about what would have happened if he didn't get it. So
Which
stay
is really,
tuned.
really interesting.
Yeah, so it's a tease.
Yeah.
So I think that brings us to just an overview of the trades real quick. I know we talked about
Okay.
them a little bit in the interview, but Zach and I had a big trade. Allen Robinson, Mike Evans, Kittle, and Rondell Moore went to Zach, and I received Ridley, A.J. Brown, and Chase Claypool.
How you feeling about that one?
A.J. Brown going down hurt a little bit, but I was happy to get rid of A-Rob. I'm really excited about Ridley and A.J. Brown in my wide receiver positions. It's just A.J. Brown's got to get back. And then Chase Claypool. Deontay being out, maybe, and Juju being out. I mean, I don't hate it.
He's going to be the guy. Other
Love
than
it.
your Najee Harris, who's also getting the targets, and then Chase Claypool's the only other one. I do agree. I mean, I had a Robin Evans, and I tried to I did ship him off to you,
Yeah.
obviously, and you got rid of him as well. So
Those were good things to get rid of. The
Yeah,
Najee and one ended up hurting you, I think.
yeah, but
those two were good
yeah.
to get rid of.
Yeah, so I think I think it was something I needed to do, and I think Kittle might work out for Zach too. So hopefully Allen Robinson turns around for him, but we'll see.
Mike
So,
Evans is always that.
I like Mike Evans.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's-
think Mike Evans is stable.
He's got that, yeah. All right, so the next one we have here, we have Will and Coleman. And to me, this is one of the better trades that Coleman, I mean, he had 2 good trades, and this is, obviously one the better one, I think, in my opinion. Well, maybe not the better one, but the one that set it up for him to have it, and that is Chase Edmonds, Cortland Sutton, and Jarvis Landry going to Will, and Coleman received McLaurin and Sanders and Michael Carter.
What was your thought process?
The trade
in
was
this?
really Jarvis Landry wasn't part of that trade. I know he just got picked up, but Jarvis Landry wasn't part of that trade.
You
he
did
was
a
just
2 for 3?
He was a yeah, it was a 2 for 3. He was just a filler that he had to get rid
I
of.
get that. So
So I got him in there. The other 2, Edmonds, in my opinion, is so I'm all about floors this season, and I think his floor he's one of the highest floors in football as a running back because he's getting receiving targets, and especially from here on out, especially in that division, that team's going to be down a lot, and if the team's down, then they're throwing the ball to Edmonds. I mean, he's gonna get points. And then Sutton, I am in love with Sutton. I know this week was a really bad outlier, but the team didn't need to. I mean, the Jets are once again horrible. So they threw 25 total passes, so I'm not worried about that at all.
So are you worried if Judy comes back?
No, not really. I don't think Judy comes back strong for a while. I think by the time Judy comes back, Sutton will have already given me what I needed to if I have a playoff chance, I have a playoff chance. If not, it's already too late.
Honestly, I think it helps out Sutton a little bit too with Judy. I know he's going to take some of his targets, but also they're not going to be because
they just lost Herman.
Yeah, so it's going to be another person for them to watch out for. So they're going to have the game plan for 2 good wide receivers.
Yeah,
especially now with Herman being out. Like
Hamler.
Or Hamlin. Sorry, Hamlin. I'm taking Trey Sermon, Hamlin. They were mixing up. That team. I mean, I feel like he's poised right now.
And then that led to Coleman's second trade of the week, being Miles Sanders and Stephon Diggs sent to Robin for Chris Carson and Adam Thielen. And
I think I hinted at this in the interview, and I initially thought Robin won the trade because I love Diggs over Thielen. And I looked at Miles Sanders and Chris Carson as the same. Miles Sanders this week scared me. I don't know if that's going to be a normal script, though, for the Eagles. So we'll see. Miles Sanders is the biggest question mark for Robin's team right now going forward. If he produces, his team's on an upward trajectory. But I think he's going to roll ride or die with Sanders unless he makes some moves.
I think Robin wins the trade. I still think he wins it decently.
Yeah.
I think that was the floor for both of those players, for Diggs and Sanders. And I think Sanders, the fact that he got 7 total opportunities and only 2 rushes and still got 7 points.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
I can't imagine it gets any worse than that in terms of opportunities. And he still looked good, and he got 7 points. And Diggs, there's just no chance Diggs doesn't at some point put up the big games. I mean, that team, there's just no way. He's the number 1 target.
Thielen's probably overproducing right now.
Yeah, maybe
in
a little
my
bit.
opinion.
I mean, everyone said that for the last year and a half now. He's been overproducing. We haven't
it's
seen him
true.
slow down.
I agree,
yet.
but personally, I would maybe rather have Carson very slightly over Sanders, but I would have Diggs over Thielen just by
I would
a
agree
lot.
with that. Yeah, that's why I thought Robin initially won it. But this week scared
But
me
it's
a little
close.
bit with
It's
Miles
close.
Sanders.
But this week,
It's
I guess
not a
Chris
crazy
Carson
trade.
and Thielen both outperformed their counterparts. So I mean, if you're looking like that, then Coleman won this week. But then long term, looks like Robin.
I think your trade with Coleman is what set Coleman up for the future years.
Sorry, everybody.
So,
I still like the trade, though.
Yeah, you got to do what's best for you.
All right.
Yep. And then we had the one more big trade.
Is it me?
No, this one is the Jonathan
Schmecka.
Taylor and Ayuk for Christian McCaffrey that we had that before, where Kevin was able to feast on Zach twice this
I defended
week.
Zach in this one.
Yeah.
Until he just attacked me in the notes for this podcast, so now I'm a little bit less defensive.
I think he could have got more. I really do for CMC.
I think we talk about it later, but yeah.
I can't remember how much we went into it, but we'll see what happens. I think we did go into it.
I think that the long and short of it is he could have gotten more. He did what he had to do because of his situation right now, but he could have gotten, whether you like the guy or not, he could have gotten so much more for what he gave up in that trade.
Yeah, I think he could have gotten a lot.
His back's against the wall though on this one, so I mean, I don't blame him.
I'd be curious what kind of offers he gave out for that.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
Taylor.
Obviously,
I would be
my team's
curious.
bad, but I'm curious too.
I would love to get his take next week.
He told me the other day after he called my trade one of the worst of all time with Coleman. He said you never offer me anything. And by the way, I did. I offered a bunch of trades, but he said you never offer me anything. Why don't you ever offer me any trades? I would have given you so much more, but I did offer him a bunch, and I offered almost everybody in the league trades. It comes across, and I'm thinking for Zach here as well. Maybe he did offer a lot of trades that they just weren't getting any recognition or no one was talking to him. And maybe that was the best he felt like he could get at the time because no one was responding. So I'm not saying he necessarily screwed that up to a huge degree, but I think he could have gotten more. It's just maybe people weren't, communicating with him whether or not, however it goes.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear his take on that because I think he could have done more.
So let us know, Zach.
Yeah.
Let us
Especially after you said I had one of the worst trades of all time.
That comes the time now.
It is time.
Okay.
Chip time. It's ranking chip time.
No problem.
You're already sweating.
Yeah, I did get weirdly nervous. I've been fine, but I'm still okay.
let's let you. I want you to eat the chip, and then I want you to go as.
Maybe
Yeah.
you read off some of the things on this box.
Yeah. So while you're trying to get this chip down, I will. I'll go through the stages.
I'm weirdly nervous.
I'm gonna
and
go through the
never nervous
stages
to eat
that
hot
I'm
things.
thinking you're gonna see. So I know you guys can't
Yo,
see
show,
this, but
show
there's-
everybody what the chip looks like too.
Yeah, right now it's in a
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, that's the good sign.
yeah, and there's 5 stages to this chip. So we're gonna go through and see which one.
Oh, it's
We're gonna see
it's
which one.
dark.
Let's see it.
Give it a whiff.
Oh my God, it's black. Oh no!
It's like flat.
It's look at that.
Yo, point it up to the camera. Put it up to the camera.
Bit of sauce at the end.
Yeah, that's hot. He's gonna. That's a little.
Yeah,
Good. Let's
put it
show
up to
the
the
camera.
camera.
If the podcast doesn't come out tonight, you know why.
It's black, and there's a bit. See a little bit of sauce, everybody. You guys see that fun little.
It's a Carolina Reaper.
And a scorpion pepper chip.
And he has no milk, no water. He just has a truth to wash it all down. And,
Actually, they
and
say
vodka over
they say
there.
that alcohol is like one of the worst things you can have with hot things.
And
so.
fish.
And fish.
He told me that, and I do. Man, the chip feels wet.
Are you doing it? Are you
The
gonna
chip
eat
is
it all?
actually it's wet. The
He
chip
has
is
to eat
wet.
it all.
Are you gonna eat it all?
Yeah, I have to.
This is a 1 chip challenge, not a half a chip challenge.
Okay, let's see it.
I literally, I was. All right, whatever.
I
Never
can
mind.
see the
Here we
fear
go.
on this
Let's
man.
just. I can't delay this. So let's just do it because this is already.
All
going
right, me and
long.
Mike are giving you a countdown, so
5,
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it.
4,
No, that's making it
3,
worse.
2, 1. Go! You just. You know.
that was a spicy punch right there. We've already got the spicy punch. And this.
No, what are our rankings for the week?
Yeah.
Who's number 10? Oh, you're gonna eat it
You
all.
gonna get it all? That's number 1. That's just.
So, as you're eating that, what's going through your head right now? It's that hot. Okay.
You ready?
Nothing's going. I'm fine.
Okay. At number 10 this week, who is it?
Is it me?
Sure is you. Yeah. You have anything you'd like to say about that?
All right, we're gonna read through it a little bit. So at 10 this week, I don't think there's too much surprise. I think there was a little debate between person in 9 and 10 for him right now, but Will is at 10.
Yep.
And are you surprised by your ranking? So as he's getting milk, so I don't think we're too surprised with him at 10.
No, I would have to agree with that one. We're not. No one's really surprised. I did hear though that there was a couple. He was not. Looking at the standings, he didn't receive all last place.
No,
votes
he was
this week.
8.6. I think person 9 actually got a last place vote.
Yes, and that
with
was
Zach.
yeah.
I think people are worried about Zach's team a little bit. CMC going down and him trading it for Taylor. I think people are a little worried about. He's got a lot of injuries,
Yeah,
and his
he's.
depth has gone down a little bit.
I mean, nothing against Zach here. This is all out of his hands, really. With
honestly, yeah, it's a team Zach usually doesn't have, and I think
Right.
he even drafted a little bit weirder than what he usually does, and it put him a little bit behind the 8 ball.
It's weird seeing Zach down there because you're always used to seeing him at the very top.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
the season's still young. He's 1 and 2. He's right in the thick of it, so he's poised to make a trade and change his thing around. So I wouldn't be surprised by that. Current roster though, Allen Robinson's a little concerning. Surprisingly, I thought he would be really good this year, but
Surprises me too.
disappointment. So yeah, let's move on to number 8 here.
And that would be myself. Not really too surprised here. Team is 0-3. Some up and downs. Kind of been hurt, not as much with Zach with injuries, but I mean, every time I put a guy in the flex, he seems
How
to
are
be
we
going
doing? How are we doing?
Cup of water, ice.
How hot is this thing? Is it hurting?
Okay. Anything else you'd like to say about
So you
my
at
team here?
8. You're 0-3, so it's tough to rank you high. Sorry, it's hard to focus. Oh yeah, your team won now. I think your flexes concern me.
You keep going. You guys got it.
Okay. I was like, what's going on down here? Gaskin and Beasley are scary. Cup, Lockett, Montgomery, and Elliott are great, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, with my flexes, though, it's like every week someone goes down. And last week I had 2 flexes go down. So it's I'm at the point where I'm just picking up people now. So
Yeah. You got to.
Yep. All right.
There's hot and there's this. I swear to God. Holy crap! Mine glowing.
He's literally.
I am not even kind of okay. Like I'm debating ending it all.
You know, I kind of wish I actually saw Zach.
I'm not joking.
Are you okay?
I wish I was eating your thing. Holy fuck!
Are you okay?
Who's next? Who are you now?
All right, we got
Number 7 is
fallen 2
Dolphins.
spots,
Yeah, he
actually,
fell
yeah.
2 spots and he had an average of 6.3.
yeah.
I like his team actually a lot.
Yeah, I think him falling this week is just, him losing. He is being 1 and 2. He wasn't right in that high week where he scored that 130 points. And
This early in the season, you're going to see a lot of changes in the the rankings from people, so it will stay a while, as Zach said, later in the year.
yeah,
Jacobs coming back is huge for him.
I forgot he had Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs, I do like that. Mike Davis is his question mark, and Tyler Boyd are his question marks.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
mean-
Jefferson, Hopkins, great. Cook, great.
yeah. Hopkins is, not performing, top of the line every week,
Yeah.
but that's coming.
You think that stays? I mean,
No, I think right now, Arizona was trying to maybe put Rondell and everything, AJ. They're just trying to see, but I think it's Hopkins is the best. He's the talent, so he's not going to stay that way.
you think Hopkins stays what he's been doing this year? He's kind of been shaky a little bit, not to lie.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Agreed.
Okay.
Would you get rid of Hopkins?
Would you trade Hopkins? You would trade Hopkins. Okay.
Are you?
Who are you looking for if you trade Hopkins?
Are you? Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, who you?
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Is your vision getting blurry?
This guy's nose is running so bad right now.
So, who would you do? Mike Williams for Hopkins?
No.
Okay, good to know. I wanted to see where he's off again, so I think he's
Yeah.
legitimately dying. Okay.
He's
Okay,
getting
he's
tissue.
getting
He's blowing that nose. All right, so number 6 this week we have Jordan going up 3 places.
It makes sense to me he's above Dalton because they had the same record and he just beat him head to head. Now I looked at that made more sense to me. I ranked him a little different. Anyways,
You mean? Oh yeah, because he beat Jordan.
Yeah, that
and
makes
Jordan
sense.
beat Dalton.
Jordan's team, I like it. I do like his team a lot, especially his potential at the end of the year. I think Woods can bounce back. I like Amari. Robinson seems to be I mean, his team is poised. It really is.
Yeah, Tom Brady's the number 1 quarterback right now, and he's no signs of slowing down. Great running backs, and like you said, wide receivers. Woods and Cooper. You could be in a worse situation.
Yeah. I think they're consistent guys. And he's got Kamara and Mixon, which are great running backs, honestly. And he's got Deontay and a flex and James Robinson.
Yeah.
I really like his team now.
And then look at his bench.
Antonio Brown, Michael Thomas, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget that he has Michael Thomas.
I think he might be one of the deepest teams in the league, honestly. Now that I think of it. And I'm very high on Jordan's team. The more and more I talk about it. And I think that's why I ranked him. I liked him for potentially winning it.
Yeah.
So I think I think Jordan.
His rankings don't mean, or his stats right now, or his record is not everything, because he does have the most points scored against him.
It's
So
not.
it's
It's not the whole story, like
Right.
you're saying. Well, what's your take on Jordan? You surprised he's at 7 or 6? I mean, would you rank him 6?
The lip burn. I think Jordan's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Why do you think he's bad? You need me to go get you some ice and water, and you can lead this for us. You sure? Okay.
all right.
Not much more to say about Jordan.
Horrible. I'm so fucking stupid.
Words are right out of his mouth right
Yeah,
there.
we're taking this.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on
my
to
God.
number 5. Mike, this is yourself here, moving up a point and a half.
Yeah, because me and Zach were tied last week. Yeah, go ahead, Logan. I don't want to.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would agree with this. And your team did look. In last week going into it, I had some question marks about your team, but where you're at, obviously teams you're below, or that, those high tier teams, and you're not far behind. So that's why I have you there. I mean, your team looks good. Will said it. I think it was a couple weeks ago, and man, people would look at this, they would think we were like a 6-man league, and you were just drafting hella great. So
I just am firmly in the camp. You trade high for players that you wouldn't normally get.
right,
I'm so in that camp, and I don't think everybody's in that camp as well. So
and you've done it a couple times.
I do.
So.
That's my philosophy, honestly. So, Will, what is your take on the team? Are you surprised I'm at 5?
What team?
Mine.
Mike's.
You should be higher.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah. Big insight from Will there. No, we'll see what happens though.
Yeah. And then next we have number 4, falling 3 spots. The original number 1, Robin. Are you surprised he fell? It's just
Little
that
bit.
first loss,
A little bit. I think the
Yeah.
record 2-1 changes it, and he lost to Kevin, which is gonna be tough to put Kevin behind him.
Yeah.
Robin's team, I still love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Miles Sanders, it's a question mark. We'll see, but like his floor is high, like Will just expressed. Love his wide receivers, except Kirk and his flex, which I mean, the flex too. You're always gonna have a weak spot there. So, tight end great, running back Chubb great, Sanders question mark.
A little surprised he's not starting Moss since he just spent some money on him this week. So.
Me too. Why? I would be interested to see why he's not doing that.
And let us know, Robin. Let us know, Robin, why.
They play Houston too.
Yeah. Give us a little insight on that.
I don't know why that is.
Of course, and if you don't want to, so you don't give Kevin any inside, knowledge. That's fine too.
Very surprised by that. But yeah, I see a lot of upside. He's going to be a consistent team. Diggs has been on. It's been interesting with Diggs this year.
Yeah,
Not the production I thought it would be, but it is.
But he's gotten the production from DJ Moore. So
we got what? Because he's got to stop it. By the way, on the side note.
Oh yeah, we can stop it. Just hit that record.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Sorry about behind the scenes.
We'll move on to number 3. Staying firmly at number 3 is Kevin.
I like Kevin's team a lot. Especially getting freaking McCaffrey. His upside is unreal later in the season. Kareem Hunt, I don't love starting the second running back on the team, but it works out. And I don't understand why, honestly. I really don't, because Chubb still produces. You know why that works? Like, I have no clue like Kareem Hunt's.
No, I think it just goes to the talent that Kareem Hunt has. We saw it in Kansas City whenever, and then, and then it's just the talent really of Kareem Hunt. I think they get him involved. They get him involved and stuff. You just don't see it from other teams very much. But like, I would have to say, because I do have somebody like that, not to the Kareem Hunt side, but like Tony Pollard right now. He's starting to get used a little bit more like that. So it's kind of like they're finding ways to get him in there.
I like Gibson too. It's a good pickup. His wide receivers. What's your take on it? Like, are they top tier? Or are they where do you rank that in the league?
Oh yeah, top tier. Getting Metcalf, great. Godwin, great. Got the best quarterback pretty much thrown to him, and then Debo's no slouch. You love yourself some Debo too.
You like Debo, yeah, for the right price.
For the right price, you're not gonna overpay for him. But what about you?
Yeah, we just revealed Robin was at 4. Are you surprised by that? Kevin's at
3.
Robin's a little low considering he's been first all year.
Yeah, exactly.
He dropped 3 spots.
Kind of weird.
One loss drops you 3 spots, and
So his team hasn't performed quite yet. We're still waiting to see that.
His team pop. You're right. It's been all 4 games, and he's 2-1.
He's been good, but not great. But he's got a really, high floor. His ceiling's not as high as everybody else's.
What,
My God.
What do you think of Kevin's team at 3?
Yeah, I don't want to. It's good.
good.
All right, guys, don't make me answer.
This is part of it.
I think. Like, hold on, I can't feel it. I swear to God, I can't feel it.
You're fine. You're fine.
When
When you want to chime in, just chime in.
Are we talking about favorite team a little bit later, guys?
That is true.
Yeah, what the fuck?
All right, so here at number 2, moving up to number 2, and if you had told me this guy would have been number 2 in the beginning of the year, I would have been shocked. Wouldn't have believed you, but it is Coleman.
He's changed his team so much, and it all comes from that Will in himself. Like, that trade, and we talked about it earlier, so I'm not gonna harp on it, but it changed his season for him, and he added depth to his team. So he doesn't have the top tier wide receiver like you would hope, but he has Keenan Allen, Mr. Consistent, which I love.
And he has that Justin Herbert, quarterback whisperer. Coleman himself finally found his Justin Herbert this week.
He did, yeah, he did. He definitely did. So kudos to him on him making moves. We'll see what happens throughout the season. Chris Carson looks like he's gonna be good. Cooks, I don't know how the hell he produces, but he produces. So.
And then his favorite player, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Coleman's team is looking pretty good. So, and no surprise that too, and he's 3-0. So.
I love these guys.
I will have to say, Mike, and I know I did just play him, and nothing against Coleman's team. It has not had anybody score over 100 points on him yet.
Yeah, everybody sitting here has played him and not scored 100.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. Yeah.
His team hasn't been tested. Like the guy that's at number 1, he's been tested every week. Coleman, you got to been tested, but you put up the points at the same time. Well, if you're able to, I want to hear why you think Coleman's at 2. You think he should be lower? Should he be 1? Give him a
I like Coleman's team. I really do. Sorry. I just like. I like Brad's team a lot more. I feel like Brad's got issues if there's injuries.
like Julio.
Yeah.
Julio.
Well, that was not bad, but injuries could really hurt Brad. So that's like his one problem. But Coleman's team, in terms of like his starters and Brad's starters, is not even close to how much better Brad is for me. I just like Brad's bench a lot better. Or sorry,
Like Coleman's
bench a lot better.
Okay.
So yeah, that leads us to Brad at 1 here.
Can't breathe.
Hang in there, bud.
And like you said, this man has been tested. I think he's had, like you mentioned before too, he's had the hardest.
I want to
schedule.
see his schedule real quick. So he played Robin last week, top tier team.
He's been unanimous number 1
Yep.
for.
He played Kevin week 2, who is number 3 now. And week 1, he played Zach, which
At the time, Zach was better.
CMC and everything. His team was a lot better. So I would argue he's had the toughest schedule and has pulled away with all 3 wins.
3 wins, yeah.
But heart rate has spiked.
Definitely beating
Really? Dude, your eyes are so watery. It's crazy, but yeah, I think Brad is deserving of 1, especially with him being 3-0 and him producing.
Yeah.
I think it's like Will said though, like injuries are an issue for him, and I think he needs some depth. So I'm worried about his team, but his potential he has on his team, like he can drop 150 easily.
He can, and I think there's nothing really else to talk about it. He's got those elite running backs, Jones and Swift are good, and then Hill and Julio Jones with his wide receivers, and I mean, he loves himself some Jamar Chase right now.
My question mark is Jamar Chase going to produce like he has been all season?
Yeah,
That's the question for Brad, and we need answers.
He's got 4 touchdowns and 11 catches.
Which is a 36% touchdown rate.
Crazy.
And yeah.
Yeah, so Will, I know you already said something about Brad's team, but you think he's number 1 for sure in your book?
I think he's number 1 with his ranking because of his record as well. If I'm picking a team that would be like my number 1, if everyone was 0-0, I would take yours or Kevin's.
And we had him on today.
Good
Good segue there.
But Brad is really close for me. Because
I think Coleman's in the discussion too. And honestly,
Coleman's up there too.
Yeah.
I love Brad's starters a lot though. Like his pure starters I love. I think when bye weeks start coming out, it'll hurt his team a little bit more. Because right now bye weeks aren't a problem.
Yeah, good point.
But yeah, I love his
those
starters.
bye weeks. Hopefully he racks up enough wins.
No, I agree.
So yeah, I think that closes up rankings. It's been a fun one, yeah, and we got to see
We have
somebody.
a special guy coming up here.
Yeah,
Do we?
Kevin.
No, I did not. No.
Yeah. I just it'll be really
Why
interesting
don't you
to
go
see
show
Kevin's.
the camera your face right now?
Yeah, it's been fun. We'll see what Kevin has
Hold
to
up,
say
guys.
here
You
with
can
his
talk about it.
interview. I really like what Kevin had to say about his CMC,
that's
like what would have
unfortunate.
happened if he didn't get you. But that's really interesting.
But-
interview. We'll definitely have him back on. He's always a controversial person in the league. Him and Coleman, top two for sure.
He always has something to say.
Yeah,
Anything.
honestly, he did bring the heat a little bit.
Yeah,
Not like I thought he would though. Coleman brought the heat week 1, so here's the interview.
Oh boy,
moving
that's
forward, and you guys enjoy.
unfortunate.
Nope, I thought
This
we
is,
had it.
you know,
guess, yeah.
That's on me.
pre-chip.
I guess I will say
but
thanks for having me
anyways,
on again.
forget
Of
that.
course.
Welcome, Kevin.
Will's battling the hot
he's-
chip right now, so in his defense, and he's
You're
dying.
unbelievable.
Any last words before you have to sign off here?
I hate this. And I was so wrong. I was so wrong.
Where did you get this thing from?
Okay, we love you guys. Okay, goodbye.
Kevin.
Oh boy, that's unfortunate. But this is, you know, pre-chip, Will. But anyways, forget that. Welcome, Kevin. First time this year on Surefire Fantasy Football Podcast. How you doing, man?
Hello. Doing well. How's everyone else doing?
I'm great. How about you guys?
I'm doing well down here.
Doing good, hanging in there.
Yeah, me and Logan are doing fantastic as the two on purpose only unwinning teams in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to hang out with my friend Owen.
It doesn't bother us.
Oh,
Yeah, we're totally fine with it.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. But yeah, anyways, explain your team name for me because we talked about it a second ago. Tell me how
Yeah.
that works. Just say it.
Well, it's called Natural Born Kylers. You know, like killers. Pretty self-explanatory there.
No, because I don't hear that. I hear natural born Kylers.
See, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I think you're the only one.
I must be the only one. Something's wrong.
Yeah, natural born killers, natural born Kylers, and he's representing them.
Yeah. Let's
Aren't
see the
you, Jeff?
jersey.
He
Take a
is
look.
repping the jersey. I respect that.
Oh yeah,
Let's see the name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I do
You have to
respect
talk.
that. I respect that. He was my number one QB going to the league. But Kevin, we got a couple questions that we ask everybody, but there's one I want to ask first, and it's your team currently in the league has the most points by a pretty decent amount. I mean, you're killing it, but you're not undefeated. Do you think you are the best team in the league, regardless of the fact that you're not one of these 3-0 teams? Because your points show that you would be.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think that my team is definitely the best in the league. I mean, the other 2 3-0 teams, not to pick apart their teams by any means, but
go ahead.
Just do it.
one of them is the lowest points allowed in the league, right?
by
So-
by a chunk.
Right. Which I still want matchups, so I'm not going to say anything against it. But and then the other one got some Aaron Jones magic on Monday night, and you know, whenever you get carried by a certain individual, you just got to
That's the
take
goal.
it. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's the goal. You want that. You draft fantasy players so that they can win you a week, I guess.
Which
at your
team
point.
do you like better, Brad or Coleman's?
Well, I mean, for when I put in my rankings, I like Coleman's team better. So it absolutely pained me to put him as 1. I know we're not really supposed to give. Talk about
Nobody
too
wants to
much,
rank
but-
Coleman high. I think it's funny. We love you though, Coleman.
Yeah, we do.
Much as
Hey, I won the chip bet for you, although it
But
didn't go well. But yeah.
technically lost it.
That's why my mouth is
Yeah.
burning. We're recording this in the future or in the past.
He's no longer here.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I died probably.
But what were you saying, Kevin?
No, I was just gonna say when I was ranking them, I mean, I had to, since they're both 3-0, I just had to put which roster I liked better. But I mean, for season ending, I think that mine is more built for sustainability and not just like a fast start.
So
Yeah.
we'll definitely get to your waiver pickup
Yeah.
later on because I want to hear about that. You do have McCaffrey, so you should have been the one that got him. But first, let's go with we have a couple basic questions we like to ask.
Mhm.
Your fantasy rival in our league, do you have one in your opinion? And if so, who would it be? And if you don't have one, at least say who you think it would be.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I think my rival changes every year. I know last year me and Zach had a side bet, so it was definitely he was my rival last year.
Who won that?
Well, thanks to Brad, Zach did. there's no way he was gonna win that until that Devontae Adams, Dalvin Cook trade.
You know whose fault it is? It's yours.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
talked to
I
Brad
know.
about how sheet of glass Dalvin Cook is, and he traded him. So you shot yourself in the foot.
I just like to say last week showed exactly that what I said was true. Dalvin Cook is glass, and I stand by that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Injury prone to the fullest. So
Yeah.
but this yeah, I know. But this year I think at least right now it'll probably be Robin, which is actually my matchup this week. But so far he'd probably be my rival for this year because Zach's not really competing right now.
Why is that? Since you guys haven't even played each other so far, you guys smack talking each other over there.
Yeah,
Roommates
I
long
think that
time.
yeah, roommates for a long time. And then I think when you compare both of our teams, I mean, barring injuries, of course, both of our teams are built for season-long success and not just that boom or bust. And we both have pretty high floors.
I agree with that.
So
I also agree that Coleman's got a long-term team
Yeah.
built for success. Yeah.
So you look at Robin as your biggest competition this year,
Yeah.
then pretty much.
I think
Right,
Kevin's good at making rivals out of anybody. He's good at that.
Oh yeah, he's very controversial.
Kevin's
Him and
good at
Coleman
it.
are most
Coleman's good at
controversial
it.
people
Yeah.
in the league. Yes.
He always
I'm up
says it.
there, but you two are woof.
Yeah, he always says it's so if someone's up, he's got to be down. So that's a good way to make some rivals.
So we know who your rival is.
Mhm.
Your rival this year is definitely a contender, big time contender. Who do you think does not make the playoffs? Who do you think wins it all? Do you think not yourself, so you're self-excluded? Does Robin win it all if it's not you?
Oh man, I hate this question. Why can't you just pick yourself?
No, that'd be easy.
No, I'm gonna say, even though I think right now Robin's team is my biggest competition. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if I had to choose, I think
Don't do it.
Coleman's.
No, we gotta shut the
no.
podcast down.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye, everybody. It was nice having you, Kevin.
All right. So why Coleman's? Why is he the favorite then?
I mean, he literally has a Daryl Henderson on the bench. Like, he's gonna have to make some tough decisions about who to start and who not to start.
I
But
hate doing that.
like, even his tight end, who's supposed to be crap if you don't have Kelsey or Waller, can actually be pretty consistent and give 8 to 10 points.
I love his tight end,
And
especially
I hate
with
Cooks.
the injuries. on that
Yeah,
team.
no, especially with the injuries. But I hate Cooks. I hate him. I don't want anyone on the Texans. But for every week he performs. So
I love,
that's his
I
worst
get
player.
that theory. But also, like, you can't ignore what he always does everywhere. Like, it's frustrating, but he does it.
So was it the Will and Coleman trade this week that put you over the edge, or was it the Robin and Coleman trade that put you over the edge for that? So if you need a refresher, let me know. But those trades, Will and Coleman received McLaurin, Sanders, and Michael Carter. And then he gave up Chase Edmonds, Cortland Sutton, and Jarvis Landry. And then Robin and Coleman also were another trade. And Robin received Miles Sanders and Diggs. And then Coleman received Chris Carson and Thielen. I just wanted to get your thoughts on those trades. And, like, that's obviously a reason why you love his team. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely all starts with Will's trade, right? I mean, that gave him the ability to have another trade piece in Sanders, and for him to have a flex like Terry McLaurin. I never thought he'd be a flex. But so that started it, but then definitely what finished it was because Sanders is a pretty, in my opinion, a pretty sus running back. I mean, I know he was on my team. He's not welcome back. No one offered him to me.
I want him.
But you could have him.
I want him back.
But getting Chris Carson and Adam Thielen, while I still don't individually love them. I think they're better than what he had before because I don't think Diggs is going to be a top 12 receiver at the end of the season. And they're touchdown dependent.
Why do you think that?
I just think that he's going to be consistent. Like I think he's going to be like 13 to 15. But I think the Bills will blow out teams too easily. They have a lot of different weapons, and he's not anything like super special. Like he's not like Tyreek Hill speed. He's not like 6'5" and a red zone machine.
AKA Mike Williams.
So, yeah, I can't believe I dropped that, man.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
So while
I got crap for picking him up, by the way, for like $17. Everyone was like,
So
$17 for
I
Mike
don't
Williams?
recall you getting crap for it.
Oh, I did,
I
yeah.
really don't.
No, I did. Zach and
think,
Jordan
yeah,
both gave me
Zach-
crap. Zach on the
Zach and Jordan
podcast.
on the podcast, he did, yeah. But
And Jordan gave me crap in the group text the second I picked him up.
Oh, really?
and I think Kevin might have given him something because Kevin mentioned he dropped.
No, Kevin was just like, yeah, I had to do it. He's not, yeah.
So while we're on the talks of trades, how about yours? The big one,
Mhm.
getting the first overall pick. How you feel about that one? Talk us through the mindset. What was going on there?
Oh man, we've been in this league for 4 years now. You guys know I've never been the patient type. I'm usually the first one to ship off people who get hurt on my team. So honestly, actually, I was planning on I was just going to trade for McCaffrey to trade him myself. My plan was if I didn't get his handcuff, that he was going to be gone the next day. But if I got his handcuff, then I would be patient.
Wow.
Oh, insider,
Yeah.
insider scoop.
Oh man.
We had a little bit of a trade of scenarios here because Zach's usually the one that wants to hold on to things, and you're the one that
Weird
wants to
situations.
And now it's different.
Yeah, I was actually super pumped when I was talking to Zach because we were talking about that trade for like 3 or 4 hours. But I was actually more willing to get rid of JT than Gibson, but he really wanted JT over Gibson. Just because that Colts offense, man, it's just it doesn't look good.
Neither does the Redskins, but the talent of JT, I would choose over Gibson slightly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's a big give up for Jonathan Taylor for CMC, who's gonna be out 2 weeks. I get why he did it because CMC has long
I get
injury
why Zach was
issues a little
shopping
bit.
him.
Yeah, I did get that.
I really, truly think Zach could have gotten more.
I think he could
than
have
he
too.
got out of that.
But
I think
mean,
Zach got what he wanted, though. I mean, he was looking for a running back, and
He was that running back particular. Zach, he wanted him. A
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
mhm.
I don't blame.
And
Zach
I
for
don't,
doing
and
it.
I really don't hate it. And I said that personally. I think Zach lost that trade, but
Well,
Zach's in a situation where he had to do what he had to do. And if you believe in your guy, you go get your guy. It's gonna have to start happening, though. It's gonna have to start happening for JT. Has
Yeah.
not
Yeah, if it doesn't happen this week, it's not happening all season
possibly.
against that
Oh, yeah.
Miami
I
defense.
disagree with that.
I disagree with
wholeheartedly.
that, but
Yeah,
Possibly.
I'm.
The Dolphins have a decent defense. We gotta play the
Everybody is
Jags
so
twice.
biased with the first 3 weeks of the season. Everybody overreacts. So, I mean, I get the trends, but
Don't forget what happened last year with
they've
JT.
literally played like the top tier NFL teams the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I would argue that. So,
I agree with that. He
and Jonathan
has to
Taylor
play-
got off to a slow start last year.
Yeah.
And
and they're
and
shipping
killed
off
at the end.
Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and that maybe helps. He was inactive last week.
yeah,
But I mean, he gets to play the Jaguars twice and the
Mhm.
Texans twice. That's 4 guaranteed games. I'm not sure when those are. There's probably some late. So maybe not as guaranteed for fantasy
Mhm.
unless you make playoffs, but still, I mean, that's big.
Yeah, I mean he'll have his big games playing the Jags and the Texans twice, but I think Hines is going to finish pretty close to JT at the end of the season,
really,
Yeah.
I don't know.
especially if they
Yeah.
ship off Mac. If they ship
That's a
off Mac,
bold
yeah.
take.
What's
Hot
pretty
take
close?
from
What's
Kevin
pretty
live on
close?
the air.
Like 5 positions. I want to hear this like down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go super bold. I would say at the max within 10 positions. If Mac gets traded, though, I'd go as far as to say within 5 positions because
wow.
of how that offense is.
That offense is well. They've played very good teams. I mean, they've played
No,
very good teams and
Yeah.
been in it.
Yeah, they played amazing teams.
Yeah. Give the Colts a chance, I think, especially considering the Wentz being two messed up ankles.
He's also lost his best lineman though, which is
Quentin Nelson, yeah.
I worry about Wentz more than I worry about Taylor for that situation. When Wentz is a little more healthy and the team doesn't know that you have to lean on the running game, which he's getting healthier every week with the 2 sprained ankles. I mean, I think Taylor, I don't think there's anywhere for him to go but up.
right.
But we agreed that
And
Zach
speaking
gave
of-
up more than he needed to for that trade.
Yeah. And then speaking of going up, let's talk about Chuba Hubbard's price here for Kev.
Spent all your fab, right?
Yeah.
Yep, all my fab. I was going back and forth on this. I had 45, I had 52, I had 68.
It would have been cool.
So
No, that would have been horrible.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you picked up CMC with intentions of trading him. So I'm a little surprised you went so hard after Chuba then, because I feel like you could have still gotten a lot of value for CMC because it's looking like 2 or 3 weeks.
Think about the person who gets Chuba.
Yeah.
The chances you have of trading CMC to that person.
Exactly. I'm surprised you didn't let someone else get Chuba and then you trade CMC for that person to get a good price for him. So.
Yeah, I mean, I had 2 things with that. One, I did not want to be held hostage for whoever got Chuba. So if I did decide to keep McCaffrey, I didn't want to have to trade a starter for a handcuff. So that was one of the things. And then the other thing was when I was doing like 52, 55 or whatever, I was thinking to myself, like, even if I'm left over with 15, 20 bucks, what the hell am I going to do with that? I might as well just use all of it, just to
I feel like I actually think you made a great call. I think you made a really good call. I'm guessing the way you saw it was you're looking good for playoffs. Your team has already proven before this that even without CMC, you've been the best scoring team in the league. So you're pulling a previous years of Zach, where you already have a great team. You didn't even give up point scores on your team to get CMC. You gave up people that were not helping you contribute to what you've been doing. And now you have CMC for later in the season. I think it's fantastic. I mean, well, props to you.
Yeah, it like Logan said, you guys have flipped. Like, honestly, you are the trade happy, kind of tilting. Like, in all honesty, and I think you can say this too, you tilt a little bit. You really do.
You tilt
but
even
not,
when it's not even tilting. He like your team still does good and you still just do trades. Like you're trade happy.
I went downstairs this morning and Kevin said, I'm sad. And I said, why? He said, I haven't traded yet today. Or something. I hadn't traded yet this week. I was like, oh my God. Like, you don't have to trade.
It's crazy. He has not. It's been me. I've been the trade crazy
active.
person. It's very strange.
I just get bored of my team sometimes.
Yeah.
You texted me and said, hey, don't make any trades till 3:00. So I didn't. I was all excited. And then when I had a few offers, and then you text me at like 3:30 and you're like, yeah, never mind.
All right. So
Sorry,
we
go
let
ahead.
you off the hook a little bit here. We didn't get your 4 losers. Who's not making the playoffs?
Thank you. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was the question.
We're sitting here, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Will and Logan, you guys are definitely 2 of them.
Oh, one of us will be 1-3.
Well, close.
Yeah.
The Pooh Bowl.
That's the real Pooh Bowl.
My other 2, barring any trades, of course, because we've seen Mike.
Yeah.
It was gonna be Mike for sure if you told me asking it a week ago. But I think it'd be
Not
Zach.
anymore?
No, not anymore. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to see
Get
him
the
finally
hell
have a
out of
crack.
here.
Zach's an obvious at this point. The big question I think was who's this last one?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with Dalt for this.
Okay. That's what I would have said.
Only because I was leaning between him and Jordan, but only because Jordan has more, if I had to choose, more reliable, like, big players.
Jordan's got some bench potential coming up, like big time.
Mm-hmm.
But
here's the
Dalt's
thing.
bench looks bad.
Yeah. But
Starter
here's the
wise,
thing,
though,
though.
Dalt's got it.
I think they're actually both going to only have 5 wins. I think it's going
5 wins.
The 6th seed is going to win off a tiebreaker for points for.
Yeah, I think we'll sit the stat in. I think it's been 6-6 and 5-7 the last
6 and 6 and
4
5 and 7. Yeah.
the last 4 or 5, which is really interesting. What is it? Coleman and Brad are pretty much halfway there, so
Yeah.
they gotta be feeling good.
And Will and I are on the other side of that. Or...
Yeah, but there's plenty of season left,
Yeah.
for it.
I didn't have enough energy to look up the team that started the worst that's made the playoffs, but I'm sure an 0-3 team has made it, and I bet an 0-4 team has at least been close. I know that's me almost every year, and I get close a lot of times at the end. We'll see.
We're not done.
We're not
We're not done yet.
But one of us is going to be really hurting at the end of this week.
I hope it's you.
I hope it's not.
I do have one question for Kevin real quick. What has been your surprise of the year? Like, what has just blown you away?
Oh man, and we're talking about just like anything, not
Just
like
in general, like trade, like maybe performance by somebody, a draft pick, something like that.
I have one for you.
My biggest surprise. So here's one. My biggest surprise is that, and this is at the expense of Will, but my biggest surprise is Coleman overall, like his trades. Like, I don't know if he read some books over the offseason or, he watched a ton of different videos, but this man has gone from like being one of the worst traders to, absolutely finessing in every one of his trades. In my
Wait till he
opinion,
drinks.
Yeah, the alcohol rule definitely helped him out. But yeah, the way he's been trading so far, that's what I'd say.
Interesting.
I would agree with that
Unique.
100%. It's been very impressive how well he's traded, in my opinion. He's gotten names too with people that produce, and he's got a lot of trade value. So I'm sure he's looking to trade, but I would agree with Kevin on that. That's
not.
been my surprise. He probably will be. I would not be surprised.
He wasn't with me.
Okay.
But which is weird. You would think everyone would be really interested to trade with me because I'm, according to the league, I'm giving up everybody. I'm giving up everything but the kitchen sink.
All right.
You've already
so
gave up the
you've
kitchen
given
sink.
up everything. You have. I looked at your team, and no offense, I don't think there's a single player on there that I would trade for.
Exactly.
Maybe Mike Williams.
Wait, what do you mean? Maybe Mike Williams, the second best wide receiver in the
Okay,
league?
you say the second best wide receiver, but
No,
it's
no,
a
no, no,
3-week
no,
time
no,
when
no.
he had a
ESPN says
30-point
it.
performance this last week. It is so embellished.
He was the 5th last week.
Okay,
His
maybe
worst
Mike
week
Williams.
is
like I
18
said,
points.
He's still second fiddle to Keenan Allen.
Okay. No.
I mean,
No.
Oh my god.
He's
No,
leading the
that's
team
a
in
different-
targets. He has more targets than Keenan Allen. More
Keenan Allen's a
targets?
better talent. He will
What do you think,
produce
Kev?
more than Mike Williams.
No.
Yes. What do you? Yeah.
what do you
else
think
Kevin?
on this, Kev?
If
Keenan Allen
If
or
you
Mike
could choose
Williams?
one to have, Keenan Allen or Mike Williams?
I can't believe this is a question.
Listen, if we turn injuries off, I would pick Mike Williams. The only reason I dropped him was because I let Zach get in my head, and he told me I drafted an ambulance truck, or Mike Williams is going to bring his
The
ambulance.
only reason this guy is
Zach
not
and
the only reason
Kevin.
this guy has not been incredible is he's injured every year.
That's
He's-
the bet I would love to make is Keenan Allen versus Mike Williams. I would guarantee Keenan Allen would outscore Mike Williams. I really
What
would.
can
I
we
don't know
bet?
what kind of bet because we've already done the chip.
What
but
can we bet? I
I
need
don't
to
know.
bet.
We'll have to come up with something,
I
but
don't even hot 2 chips.
I would
Mike,
take
no,
that
I don't want to
bet,
do
too.
this. I'll win. Nah.
what do you?
I'm so confident, Michael.
I'm
his-
so confident.
His 2
too.
years that he played more than half games. He got 11 touchdowns in one and over 1,000 the other, and he only played 11 games in both seasons.
So we're talking
He's
about
been
fantasy
incredible.
though, and Keenan Allen
Those
is
are
the
big for fantasy.
definition of consistency.
Mike Williams has been the definition of
No,
consistency.
because he doesn't play half the games.
But if he does, which he's not getting the same kind of in years past, the targets that Mike Williams got were from Philip Rivers, and they were bomb throws where he had to jump after going full speed in the air and then land on his this is completely different.
Yeah.
This Mike Williams.
We're just gonna go over to the matchups. If you guys want to do, a bet or something about that,
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
we'll just
What's
We'll
the bet?
fight. We'll
Yeah.
fight over it.
No.
I would love
Another
to know
jersey bet.
everyone's.
I wanna do
take.
another
I would
jersey bet.
Love to know everyone if they watch this.
Yeah.
I want to know what everybody has to say about that.
Okay, but I would like to do a bet. The
Yeah.
loser has to buy a jersey of the person that the other person bet on for them.
Another
So-
jersey?
Yeah, 2 jerseys.
Oh
Because I
my
want
God.
one.
let's scratch
This
the
is
Pitts
completely
and
different.
Andrews.
No, I already know.
No.
No,
Because
we're
it's
not
even.
scratching
It's
that.
even right
We're
now.
not scratching that. If it's even,
I am doing 2 jerseys then. I'm not betting on 2
but you
jerseys.
already know you're gonna win.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's gonna win. I just don't want to do the same bet.
Okay.
So,
All right. We'll think about it
Yeah,
for
we'll
next
think
week.
about it. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Yeah,
Sorry, everybody.
I'm with Will though. Mike Williams
Thank
all
you,
the
sir.
way.
Oh my! You need to shop this dude, man. You need to trade Mike Williams.
No.
He is the absolute highest he could possibly, but you need to shop him.
No.
You need to.
No.
You need to.
Yeah.
The difference between Mike Williams and Cooper Kupp is Mike Williams is a tall freak of nature who was drafted in the first top 5 rounds of his draft and only hasn't been healthy. That's the only reason he hasn't taken off. Cooper Kupp is not that. Mike Williams doesn't have a ceiling. Cooper Kupp has one, and he's at it right now. Sorry, Kevin. Let's go over the matchups. Can you guys read them off? I can't read from back
I'm
here.
fuming.
Yeah. So, Kevin, we have the first matchup here. Brad and Dolphin lining up. What are your thoughts? on this? Oh yeah. So Brad's actually the favorite here for the first time at negative 125, and Dolphins the underdog at plus 120. Over unders at 230.5.
I would actually go with Dalt in this one, which I know kind of counteracts my, him not making the playoffs prediction. But I think that Brad his team has a bunch of tough matchups, and I'm not sure if Julio's actually going to
The
play.
Julio thing's a question. Yeah.
Right.
It's a big question, yes. So you're going with Dolphin?
Yeah, I am. I don't feel too good about it, but I am.
I'm going with Dalton too, or Dolphin. I actually think I wanted to favor Dalton in the game because I think Julio isn't going to play, but Brad is 3-0, so the LT Sportsbook decided to give him the nod. So I'm going with Dolphin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brad here. So I think probably the biggest reason Brad wasn't the underdog here. Let's hope that him being the favorite this time actually leads to a win as well. So.
Yeah.
I am confused. There's Michael went with Dalton?
Yeah.
I'm super shocked by that.
The Julio Jones thing.
The Julio
is big
Jones
this
thing
year.
is really scary to me. He has Juju out.
Yeah.
He's going to be starting DJ Shark,
I
Jamar
think he'll
Chase,
start
and
Jamal
Emmanuel.
Williams is what I would assume he would do.
Why would he start Jamal and Swift?
They both
I think
been
it's
pretty
I
good.
think it's a very good. I think you have 2 options with that. I think you either get two good performances, or you at least guarantee getting the great
Yeah,
one.
but I see that as a problem for your team with the upside. If you're starting the same running backs on the same team,
I'm going
seems like an
Brad.
issue.
I don't like the Ravens versus Denver. I know that Denver hasn't played anybody yet, but I think the defense is actually good for Denver. So and Dalvin Cook is such a question mark for Dalt. So I feel like that counteracts Brad's question mark here. I'm going Dalton.
Would you like to throw anything else in, Kev?
No.
I'm sorry,
No,
Brad.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Okay.
right, Brad.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the lines on that though. Might be have to put a bet on that.
The line is
Yeah.
Yep, the line is
We
plus
read it all.
120 for Dolphin and negative 125 for Brad. So
but the
quite
house, half of the house took Dalton.
That's the case half the time with the house.
I don't know what side you want to be.
The house
on,
has to
but-
be logical, but then also when they're just saying their pick, they have to be.
If I was betting, I would bet on Dolphin.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm,
And he can't, so.
exactly.
Next
All right.
matchup.
Yeah, so matchup 2 here, we actually have our guest Kevin as
Mr.
the
Kyler.
favorite at negative 115 against Robin at plus
Ooh.
110.
Good matchup right there.
It's going to be a good one. The over under here is at 244.5, so it's
Projection.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
Kevin, what's your biggest concern coming into this game? Because I know you're going to pick yourself.
Oh, yeah. My biggest concern is figuring out good old Chuba Hubbard, how he's actually going to be going into this offense.
Oh man.
Oh, and also, do I start Kareem Hunt? Is it more of what last week was, or is he more what the week 2 was?
No, you do.
He's the lottery ticket on
You
your
start
team,
Kareem.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
He's a flex though.
Yeah,
Flex
he's
that
a
can get you
flex.
what he got you last week.
But that's the thing. He can have those weeks or he can have dud weeks because he is the second fiddle to Nick Chubb,
With
who
what you just mentioned.
Robin has,
Yeah.
which you never want to start the second running back on a team unless it's Kareem Hunt, maybe. So it's hit and miss.
But right now he's 2 for 3.
2 for 3, yeah. But he'll probably be 2 for 4 now.
It seems like his problem is in games where Hunt, where the team is just destroying. They don't use Hunt. But if it's a fight, they have to use him. And I think Minnesota will be a fight. Minnesota likes to look good. They've looked surprising. They beat pretty handedly the Seahawks.
Would you say that is your biggest weakness on your team is Kareem Hunt?
For now.
Flex too.
Yeah.
For now. I agree with that.
For now.
My reason, so I'm taking Kevin. And my big time reason, well, there's a couple. one, Kyler Murray versus the Rams. Yeah, that's a tough matchup, but they're going to be down. He's got to throw the ball. They're not going to be able to run. For me, the biggest reason though is going to be Gibson versus Atlanta. It's finally going to be time where they can just run. They can pound the ball running game wise, and Gibson has got that breakaway. I mean, this could be the 2 to 3 touchdown game for Gibson that he gets they got last year. I mean, I think this could be that game. Those are big for me. And then Miles Sanders versus Kansas City, he's not going to get any rushing work. It's going to only be in the receiving game, and Gainwell gets a lot of the receiving work as well as what's his face, their short guy they have, Boston Scott.
Mike?
It's funny. I look at your guys' teams pretty similar. You and Robin's team, Kevin. But the question mark with Miles Sanders is a big concern for me. And like when I matched you guys up with doing the sports books with Logan, it was so close for me. It's pretty much a pick 'em, I believe. But I think I'm going to go Kevin. I think your matchups plus I do like the Gibson take that you had. I really do like that. So
and match up their flex twos is when I first looked at it, I thought kind of even, but match up their flex twos. I don't think Christian Kirk versus you could say Deebo Samuel, but I'd say it's Kareem Hunt. So Christian Kirk versus
I
Kareem
look
Hunt.
at it, it's Kirk versus Hunt.
Yeah, exactly.
But he has Devontae Robin in his flex, which is better than Deebo. So
okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I look at it.
No,
it's going to be I match up with the week, in my opinion. This is going to be a great game.
Great matchup.
I'm going to give the slight edge to Kevin, though.
I am actually going to go Robin here. Some of the points you guys do make, Miles Sanders is scary, but the Kansas City, I don't know if they haven't really stopped anybody yet this year. And I could see a big game coming from him. And Nick Chubb is kind of like what you mentioned. I think, do you think Minnesota might put it up and everything? But I think this is going to be a big run game. Both teams are going to want to run the ball. The game could be out quick. And I mean, I like that Matthew Stafford pick.
So
pick up.
It seems like the week hinges on Miles Sanders.
Yeah,
is what it seems like to me.
I don't like Matthew Stafford this week against Atlanta. I think they get up in the.
He
first,
plays Arizona.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, he plays Arizona.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. No, that's fine.
Whoa.
So
wait. What do you mean? What do you mean? Chandler Jones is gonna haunt Matthew Stafford?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
No.
Next matchup.
Yep. So the next matchup we have here is Coleman at -115 versus Jordan at +110. So your champion.
Yep. Who you got?
Oh man. Okay. So I will put it this way. I'm gonna ride the matchup on one key player for Jordan. If Urban Meyer is not an idiot, I think Jordan wins this matchup. But if he actually acknowledges Robinson as a real starting caliber running back in the NFL, I think Jordan pulls off the upset here. If we get more of whatever the crap was in week 1, then Coleman's going to run away with it.
He needs Deontay Johnson to play.
It's crazy, too. Jordan's actually projected to win, which is the crazy part. Yeah, it's 120.9 to 118.5. So in the eyes of ESPN, Jordan's favored.
Robert Woods is ranked way too high on there.
Yeah, I'm not out on Robert Woods quite yet, honestly. The production is there. It just, you got to hope it goes to Woods instead of Kupp in his eyes.
Based on last year, he hasn't had double-digit targets yet this year, and they're all short.
Yeah, I mean, it's last year.
I'm not out on him either. I'm
Yeah.
not out on him, but I think his projection's high.
I'm out. I hope Cooper Kupp keeps doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
So, what I do like here for Coleman's team, because I'm gonna take Coleman
Holy
here.
crap.
So the quarterback whisperer, him picking up
Oh
Justin
my
Herbert this
God.
year, and it paid off big last week, and I
But
think
he's-
it's going to continue here.
He's playing the number one quarterback. The
Yeah,
actual number one quarterback, who's taken later than Herbert.
yeah, but
Yeah, he's playing against that.
yeah, and then just going to be a shootout, which is good. It's going to go right into Coleman's hands. Plus, his wide receivers are just elite. No matter what team Brandon Cooks is on, like we've already mentioned, he's going to be great. Keenan Allen, you guys just already had that conversation about that, so we know how everyone feels. And Adam Thielen's got, that potential to get that touchdown.
Yeah, he's
Man,
a touchdown machine.
It
Yeah.
is so hard to go against Coleman's team because it is really, really good. But here's my thing. My reasoning, I'm picking Jordan, and my reasoning for it is Kamara matchup great, Mixon matchup great. So it's Giants and Jacksonville. So for running backs, that's great. Tom Brady going into New England is going to dominate. He's going to. It's going to be a personal thing. He's already the number one quarterback in the league, and I think it's going to be a big deal. And then just the rest of his team is good. Robert Woods, I agree with Mike to a degree. Woods has to do better than he's been doing. I don't think he gets worse than he's been doing.
Mhm.
At some point, it'll happen. Arizona's been a bad defense against the pass. I like the matchups, so I'll take Jordan. And Jordan has scored points this year. He's unlucky that he's 1 and 2.
He could
He
easily be
has the
2 and
most
1.
points scored against him this year. So yeah, just tough matchups.
Next matchup?
I would say
Oh, Mike hasn't picked.
Coleman is going to win the matchup because Henry plays the Jets.
Yeah, that's good.
His wide receiver depth is good. So I'm going to ride the hot hand here with Coleman.
He's got the better
Short and
team.
sweet.
I agree for sure.
Mhm. So
I like my big thing for me. Why I chose it was Brady versus New England. I think could be insane. I got this feeling. I got this feeling.
I think it will
The
be
Brady
good.
feeling.
It's going to be tight. It's going to be definitely tight. So
Matchup
All
number
right.
4.
Matchup number 4, we have. Guess we're gonna consider this the Pooh Bowl. This
Oh, this is the Pooh Bowl. It's
Yeah.
us two. We're both 0-3.
So we have myself at actually the favorite, negative 130 against Will here at plus 123. So I guess
Hey.
we'll let you two talk about this.
Kevin, who did you, out of curiosity? Yeah, we'll let you get to talk, but I'm curious because I cannot remember.
Mhm.
Did you rank me last or did you? No, you ranked Logan last, right? Am I crazy for saying
No.
this?
No, I still ranked you last.
Nah, I wasn't. No, you didn't rank me last.
No, I did. Yeah,
Ah.
it was you. I actually ranked Logan or Zach, but right after you. So not to
Dang.
reveal my whole rankings or anything, but
no, go ahead.
but Logan was following right after that, so he wasn't far off. But as far as this matchup though, I'm sorry, Will. I'm
That's
just
okay,
gonna
bud.
say I'm just gonna say it now. Unless there's injuries in the middle of the game, I don't think this one's gonna be that close. And I can't imagine a team that you would beat this year unless you do some trades. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Whoa.
has that ever been done before? A winless team.
Oh, I'm going for it.
But no, I think Logan has a bunch of high performing proven players like Cup and maybe Lockett, maybe. But yeah, I'm sorry, Will. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm with you 100%. I think Logan's going to win.
No one's ever picked me to win.
And we've been right. You
No,
know?
I'm just saying. No. I'm not. I'm saying it's okay to pick against me.
I'm just
No one's
kidding
ever
with
done
you
it.
too. I love Montgomery, love Zeke, Lockett, and Cup, and Hawkinson. Honestly, for your team, Logan, it's just the flex. I think there's question marks there. Mike Williams he ain't gonna be a wide receiver 2 this week. He can be wide receiver 3. So you gonna have a bad week. I'm just.
Was he?
But do you
No,
like
your team has potential though.
Well, okay.
Your
My
team
one
definitely
thing,
has
I'll say
potential.
one thing against your team and one positive thing for my team. You can do the same. One thing against your team is I don't think Montgomery is okay. I think he's scary. I think he's insanely scary.
Like good.
No, No, that team. If especially if Fields has to start again, that's a problem. He could be great. I kind of tried to trade for him, but I was against it. You and me talked yesterday.
He
Yeah.
plays Detroit this week.
Yeah,
That
he
kinda
does.
helps a little bit.
It could,
Yeah.
but Detroit's good at giving up passing yards, not rushing yards this year.
Sure.
And the Mike Williams thing.
I just said that to fuck with you.
There's an interesting stat that the not the ballers, because I listen to other people. The fantasy football focus
Nice.
brought up. He was there today or yesterday. If you count all the games that Williams has played and take in all the weeks he's played versus any other wide receiver, he's the number 6 wide receiver in the NFL
Damn.
in fantasy. So
That is impressive.
when he plays, he's the number 6 wide receiver. He's a top 6 guy, almost top 5 guy in the NFL in the weeks he's played. And that's just the weeks he's played. I don't know how, if he had weeks where he went up against the Tyreek 40s or whatever. But Williams, when he plays, has been incredible. So if he doesn't get injured, there's no reason to believe he wouldn't do what he does.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about Williams. And when I watch those games, I watch them throw the ball. I mean, they did not even need to throw a touchdown pass at the end of that last game against the Chiefs. They could have ran the clock out, but they threw a touchdown pass to Williams because they knew he would get it because he's massive. Like they just know.
Yeah, I was just kidding with you about Williams. But
No, I agree with Williams. Williams has been great. I don't know how you watch him because every time he gets tackled or falls to the ground, I'd be scared he gets hurt. But when he is on the field, he's great. And I mean, he is your best player on your team. But yeah, no, I think this could potentially be a lot closer than what ESPN or anyone else thinks. You never know with my flexes; they could easily just decide to get hurt that week, and I'm back to picking up somebody the next week. So
I will say this, Will. Odell looks good.
yeah,
He does look really good, and Sutton looks good too. So you have potential. I will say that.
Yeah.
And all
I have good wide
seriousness, I'm
receivers and
usually messing
horrible
with you a
running
little
backs.
bit.
I agree with my running backs are.
I love
Legit.
Running
Cordell
back's your
Patterson.
issue.
I
Running-
like Cordell Patterson a lot. So
I like him
yeah,
and I like Edmonds, but I'm gonna need to see something from him. at some
I mean
point.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll leave it at
one
that.
last
Yeah, we'll
thing.
leave it
at that.
One last thing. I just want to give Will credit because I completely shit on his team. I do think you have like the best pickup of the year with Mike Williams, and you had the best sneaky draft pick with Jalen Hurts, even though he doesn't look pretty out on the field, but fantasy wise,
Yeah, he just gets the
I would
points.
want him as my
Nice.
quarterback. Right.
Thank
So I'll
you.
give you that as credit. I'll leave it at that. Okay, I'm done.
I'm happy with the Hurts.
All right.
Let's move on to the last matchup.
All right, we'll go to the last one, matchup 5. Mike at -200 versus Zach at +150.
The biggest point differential I think this week for the odds.
Yep.
Yep, it's at 15. So
Obviously, I'm excluding myself, but obviously I would take myself. But I think Zach's team right now is the most damaged and looks the worst of any of the teams in the league. And Mike, in my opinion, now he's not 3-0, so I didn't rank him in top. I think I may have ranked him 3rd, but I didn't rank him 1st or 2nd. But strength-wise, Mike's team is incredibly strong. I'd be so shocked if Zach wins this game. That's it for me.
What do you think, Kev?
What's the over under on this game? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, yeah. So the over under here is 225.5 being carried by Mike.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I had a feeling it was going to be like that. Yeah. I got to pick Mike too. I actually think that. What do you guys know? Off the top of your head, what the lowest scoring week is this season so far?
oh my God,
80
points total for one team?
It's like 86, I believe, week 1.
I had 86.
Yeah.
86.
Well, what was last week? I think there was an 86 last week.
I had 99, so whatever.
Zach got very,
Oh,
very.
wait,
was
Zach had
like-
84.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's
So-
last week for Zach.
So it might have been Zach last
Yeah.
week, and he had CMC go down, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is that Zach might have the lowest points again this week. And I think he's gonna have below 80. So I think it's gonna be
Wow.
like a
Whoa.
30, 40 point win by Mike.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
I know. I'm
there's,
sorry, Zach.
Yeah, sorry, Zach. I had to agree with these guys here. Mike's team does look elite. Najee, the running back / wide receiver, looks.
Yeah, that was insane.
God, he looks good. You look at your whole team and you're just like,
Clyde is his one thing that's like maybe not, but he did great last week,
Yeah.
and he's like his flex. He's like his second flex. The only reason he's not in his flex spot right now is because he plays. Was it Monday or no?
they play Sunday. I think you have.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
because somebody
plays-
else plays Monday. That's
Yeah,
the reason
Eckler
he's not.
plays
Yeah,
Monday night.
and then
you have Mike. Obviously, Mike has Mike. You have Mike. Yeah, Kevin said yeah.
Yep.
This it's a good thing Zach's not here.
There's some upside for Zach. I don't
yeah.
want to completely destroy him. Jonathan Taylor could be good. Allen Robinson could have a bounce back game. Mike Evans,
yeah.
Don Brady's going to show out. Kittle, he could be good. And CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb's a top tier wide receiver. So,
Yeah, no, he's
Zach needed to get
Potential.
Stafford.
yeah, Stafford helped. Oh, he didn't get
He
Stafford.
needed to
You're
get
right.
Stafford.
That hurts. Yeah, Daniel Jones. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
In fact, yeah, no, not Daniel
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah.
But anyways, it'll be interesting.
yep, we have a prop bet.
Kevin.
yeah.
Oh,
Do
we
you
have a prop
We
bet.
have a prop
do
bet
have
of
a
the
prop
week.
bet. So
Ooh, what is it?
the prop bet of the week is for any starting defense to score over 20 points. So there has to be a starting defense.
It's at plus 200. You going to take that?
Oh man, you know I
Cleveland
actually
did it this week.
Yep.
Did they get
Yep.
20 or was it
21?
21. Who'd they play? They played the
Bears.
Ugh.
Should have meant 19 and a half.
You know, I'll have to think about. I'll either take that or I'll take the under and go all in on Mike and Zach's matchup. But I think that the only true chance for that prop bet to work is the Bucks this week against the Patriots.
No way.
Okay.
Don't think so?
No, the Patriots will score as well. It's too big of a game for them. It's a big deal, this game.
Oh, the Titans who play the Jets, which
Their defense stinks, though.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care. Zach
Yeah.
Wilson will throw to the cornerback.
Well, Kevin,
Any final thoughts?
Yeah.
No, thank you guys for having me. Hopefully I didn't go too
thank
hard.
you for being on.
You're welcome. And hopefully I don't get any backlash tomorrow morning when you guys release this.
hope
Sorry,
you do.
Zach, again.
I hope you do.
No, I hope I do too. And I'm interested to see what people say about Mike Williams and Keenan Allen because Mike Williams all the way.
I'm
But-
shocked
Thank
by
you, my
that.
friend. I don't know why you're so shocked about this.
I'm shocked. Like, I can't believe it. Like, we'll talk
Mike,
about it.
We're
but
gonna
me and
see
Mike are
next
so
week.
We'll talk
opposite.
about
Mike likes names. I like talent.
I would
It's
be
happening.
curious what you could yield for Mike Williams right now. I would love to see it.
But
He doesn't
I
money them.
truly believe that Mike Williams will continue what he's doing. So I shouldn't. That's the problem. People like you, I can't trade because people think the way you think.
I
Apparently not.
have a question real
Yeah,
quick.
he's the
though.
only one.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
hypothetically, Mike Williams for Tyreek Hill. Who do you take?
I can't believe you're even thinking about this.
If I was a team that was 2-2, I would do it.
Okay.
But because Tyreek Hill's gonna give you weeks that he's been giving, he'll give you bad weeks. I won't do it. I don't think Mike Williams gives you any weeks that are under the 10 points.
Devontae Adams.
I would do it for my Devontae
So you wouldn't
Adams.
do it for Tyreek Hill.
I wouldn't do it for
That-
Tyreek Hill.
Freaking blows my mind.
Just because I'm 0-3.
I feel like
Start
it's
the
even
se-
more incentive because you're 0-3.
No. Mike Williams has a much higher floor. Have you seen what Hill's done?
But you need production from Hill, which Hill has the highest ceiling, and these
Exactly.
are outlier games. I'm telling you, Tyreek Hill is poised.
He's done this his entire career, though. He has bad games. He disappears.
You don't like Tyreek.
I can't afford. No, I do like Tyreek Hill.
No.
I can't. If I was 2-2, I'd do it.
That's
Easy,
fine.
easy.
We'll agree to disagree, but thank you, Kevin, for coming on. And you want to go ahead and close it up, Will?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Love you
See ya.
guys. Enjoy this song that we used last week that was super popular with
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah.
It's called something.
Convoy.
Convoy.
No, but oh,
What the-
Kevin left.
Oh, he left us.
See
Oh,
you, Kevin. Bye,
everybody.
buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Hope you find your dad.
He had enough.
Yeah.
That's backwards.
Yeah, hi everybody. This is the part where I'd have outro music, but yeah, I'm still
I'm still insanely messed up from the chip. I can't even think to do other things. So, outro, but the music. Love you guys. All right, have a good week, everybody. Goodbye.